Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I thought I would take a second before I actually return this and talk about the, I don't know how to say it. I'm returning it anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter, but the Fjallbris multifunction induction headlamp. Here's a box. There's some specifications if you actually care. Pause it, whatever, look at it if you really want to. If you really want to try this out and not believe my opinion on it, you are more than welcome to do that. Anyway, I got kind of a little bit suckered by the algorithm advertisement for this light. I was actually looking for something kind of like this because the whole idea was for it to like fit across the top of my hat, so then I could have easy access and functionality with the hat on and an additional light source on the hat. I didn't even get to the point of actually putting it on the hat because just within the 10-15 minutes of me opening this thing up and derping around with it, it wasn't even worth actually trying to do. I might do it on the video just for funsies because why not? I'm sending it back anyways. But really, it's just the light itself does not have the functions I'm looking for, and for spending 32 some odd dollars on it for two, because I got one for my wife and one for myself, it's just not happening. So I guess I can do a top down. I don't even know if this thing's really worth a top down, just to show you kind of the box and what comes in it, which is really, it'll take 5 seconds. Okay, here's a top down. I already opened this one, so I'll just again kind of give you a rundown of the way the box looks. Here you go. Just says Fjallbris headlamp. Gives you a picture of it. I don't know if you can see any of that with the way my lighting is, but it says, actually we'll just go back this way. So right there it says, it kind of gives you stats, multifunction induction, and then it says wave induction, whatever that means. Warning light, highlighting the wick, and long-lasting life. Wave induction we'll talk about real quick. This highlighting the wick, I don't know what in the hell that means. Then you have your specifications like I showed you on the one side. You can pause it. I'm not going to go through these. You can pause it and look at those if you really want to. And then it gives you some features on the one side too. Basically just says gear parsing, shows you bright white lights, a couple red lights. It looks like a side floodlight, which it has. Then it says like dual switch control. The camera's opposite. Power indicator, induction receiver, and then it says, oh, that's what the long shots wick is I guess the lens light instead of the LED band. And then it says highlight the flood, I'm not sure, highlight something, whatever, it doesn't matter. Then it just says notes: when using headlamp, do not direct the light into the human eye, and when using the headlamp for the first time, charge it fully before using it. That's what it says right down in here. I was just looking at this other one that was on the ground because it was just easier instead of trying to read it backwards. Now back to basically what you're going to get in this thing. As far as the box goes, it was basically just this, right? Just tuck box, packaged in a rectangle. It wasn't really even sealed up with tape, just kind of that. When you get it, what comes in the box is this bad boy right here. So you have your band of LEDs. You have your, I guess they called it a wick light. You have a power button, then you have your induction button, and then you have a couple of different little LEDs that give you like on or charging or whatever. And this is just like a rubber battery case that the LED lens is attached to. You can have this little rubber flap here that opens up that shows you the USB charging port right there. This whole rubber thing comes off. It's really crappily built. Like you can see the circuitry right inside of there. This is, I don't know what good this would be. This isn't even going to stay like dry in a rainstorm if that's all they're betting on for like rubber for it to be an outdoorsy light. Functionality wise, it's, I mean, that's the light. It's got an adjustable strap. You got your things right here. You turn it on. As soon as you turn it on, you get one band. I don't want to try to blind you guys out, but you get the one band. You press this button again, and then it goes off. You can press it. That's the top band. Press it again, it goes lower. Press it again, it goes to the middle band, which is a different kind of candle light instead of a pure bright white like that top one. Then it dims once, and then you press it again, and it goes to red band or red light, and then you press it again, it flashes. You press it again, it cycles back up. Long press will switch it through, I thought, but it will do a strobe, and now it's off. There's no instructions. There's no other instructions in the box that tells you any of the functionality of how this thing works. I just had to basically open it up and start screwing around with it. I needed to be charged, like it said. It did come with a it came with just a to C USB charging cord, and I did try to actually, I think it was this one actually that it came with, but anyway, one of them. And I did actually try to charge it off of my my USB A and C wall wart that I can use to like charge a laptop and everything, and it wouldn't charge it. I guess the voltage or the current that was getting pumped through that was too strong, so the circuitry in here shut off. Once I switched that over to stupid little just a stupid little Samsung wall wart, I got it actually connected to something. I'm not going to mess with trying to disconnect it with one hand. And then plugged it in, it charged, it did the little LED indicator and all that. So, I mean, not every single wall wart or charging pack or whatever apparently is going to actually work to charge this thing. And my guess is because in here it's just going to be a probably like a set of 3 rechargeable AAA batteries. It's really light. I mean, I don't know what it weighs, but I mean, at least it's lightweight. But it's not. It's just not functional, really. Like I said, you push this the one time and you get, it doesn't really tell you how to click through the buttons. I had to sort of just mess with it, and there's no sequencing of clicking this that will actually let you set one of these lights. So you always have to go through that same on LED red lens wick, whatever they called it. So if I were to turn it on, I'm going to try to do it this way so it doesn't blind you guys. Turn it on once, and I don't know if you can see that, but I do have that red LED that lit up saying that it is on. So I turned it on once, and it's the bright white that lit up. If I hit it again, it turns it off. If I hit it once, it goes on. I have to hit it twice to dim it, and then I have to hit it one more time to get it on that middle warm light band. I have to hit it one more time to dim that warm light band, the middle band on that on this thing. If I hit it again, it goes red. You would think like it would just cycle through all the lights to get to the lenser one, but it doesn't. It will actually go through the flashing sequencing here before it actually turns on this thing. So there's no easy way to actually just hit this button and just go straight to turning this on. There's no easy way to hit this button and go right to the middle LED light in a like lower mode. That might be okay for some people, but if you just really don't want to like blind somebody or whatever from this by turning this on just to get to this, you're going to have a hell of a time like when you're trying to screw around with it on your head, to really get that click like tapping sequence down. So then the other thing is this induction thing is also kind of equally gimmicky and stupid, because if you turn that on, let's see if I can get this to work by memory, because again, there are no directions that came with this thing. So if I hit that on once and I get the light on, if I hit this induction button, okay, Now in theory what should happen is as I move my hand over, it's going to come on and off. And it's going to do that same kind of like cycle thing, right? One on, one off, right? But see, I can't, so if I want to turn it off and I want to switch it to the middle band, somehow I have to come around to here, right? I have to come over to this and click it without it turning on. So that works independent of, I guess, the button clicking. So you have to set, I didn't know that. I just figured that, I guess I just figured that out because, again, no directions. So to get that induction thing to work, it is a button, I guess, that you can turn on and off. You click it to turn it on and off. There's not even like a, there's not even like a long press on or off, it doesn't seem like. It's just, so if I turn that on and I set it to the, let's just, oh, that, okay, so I guess you get strobing on all these other lights too, but if I turn that on and I set it to its low mode, and then I turn on the induction thing, they call it, I guess what should happen is now it's locked. So this light will be what comes on and off as I move my hand over that induction thing. But if I want to change, that to a different light source, I have to first turn off the induction, or heat sensing, I'm guessing is what it is. Switch it over. Now let's see, that switched over to the warm light. Let me turn on the induction again here. Okay. That should have set it to the warm light, right? Is that the middle light? Yes, it is. See, I'm trying to turn it off, and as I come up to set it off, it's picking up the light. So if I wanted to just shut this down because I was done with it, like I had it on, I was wearing it, I had this ain't gonna look right. If I had this on and I was wearing it, and I go to set this, right? Like first I have to try to find these buttons on the side of my head. And they're not. Okay, so say I wanted the middle light on that right off the rip, I can't do that. I have to cycle through to here. Okay, now I have the middle light on. To turn it on and off just from this middle light setting, the only way I can do that without having to cycle through all that apparently is to turn on that heat sensor or that hand wave sensor motion thing, and then as I come on, I can do that. Now, that's kind of cool, and I kind of see where it's going, but now if I want to actually, say, switch it over to the lenser light right here on this, I have to go through this whole process of, let's see, if I hit the power button, see, you can't even find the power button. If I hit that power button, that just shuts it off. If I hit it on again, now it resets the cycle, so I have to go through every single click to get to that. Once I have it locked into whatever light setting I want, then if I push that induction button, that is what locks it and sets it to whatever light. But if I wanted to just quickly switch, like if I just wanted to come up and quickly come up to it and switch over to a different light, so I wanted the red light, I have to go through the bright one, the low setting for the bright one, the candlelight one, the low setting for the candlelight one, then the red. So I can't just click the induction button to do anything other than turn the light that it was set to before it went off, before it only works to the light that you set it to after you activate it. So if I wanted to come back and just go into, like, say, like a stealth mode with that red LED, one is if I have that activation on, I have to not, like, how do I get it to do that without trying to be super duper delicate? And as far as the induction thing goes, you have to, it doesn't work really that well because you have to actually have some like preemptive like fiddling with it. You can't jump from, say for instance, if I wanted to use the one, is there's no good sequence to get it to like say this lenser light, right? Like now I feel like I'm the Borg, right? But if I wanted to say set it to this lenser light and then set it to, I guess, the induction, I can do that. You set it to the light setting by the power button through all those clicks, and then you turn on the induction or heat sense or whatever. So now it's locked to that light. You can't change it from that. If I wanted to do the red LED for that heat induction, and I do not want to be made visible with the lenser bit or wick or whatever they call it, I have to carefully come back through here and I have to carefully shut off and cycle through. And there's no see, it's just so fiddly. There's not a good, and when I'm trying to do that, it'll pick up my hand sense because the buttons are too close. Okay, so lenser's off. If I want to set it to red, I have to go through bright white high, bright white low, candle light or indoor light high, indoor light low, red. So that's 4 clicks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clicks to get it to that. And then I'm lighting off my position or whatever because I had to do all those lights first. Then I can come over here and I can turn on the, I guess, the induction thing. And now I'm locked into doing this for the red light. But again, trying to switch it through to, see, if I don't want that light on for whatever reason, how do I get to back here to switch it over to the lenser light? Well, that's the trick, right? You have to go find your button, and then you have to click all the way through everything else to get to that light. So it's just not, like, it's a cool kind of concept and idea, but I guess the use case is probably a little bit specific, maybe. I'm not quite sure how else to say it, but it is not, I don't think this is the light that I guess I thought it was based on the advertisement that I got to get it. And it's definitely not a $31 headlamp with the features that it has. Sure, is it something you can maybe throw, just like if you have the $30 to blow, you could probably throw it into like somewhere, but I don't think that this is going to be as a reliable of a light as maybe it's advertised to be, especially for $31. You can get better headlamps that at Walmart for less or even the same price. They might not be this LED band thing, but at least maybe the button clicking and stuff won't be so like oddly strange. You know, you don't always want to have to cycle through bright lights to get to the dim lights. There should have been a better way to do that with this, I would think. If they did that and they fixed that, and if they were able to, I guess, just give it a little bit of a better kind of function, and maybe, I mean, I didn't do any like hour-long tests with it on like high mode or anything, but just the weight of it, I mean, it feels like this thing's going to only last probably, I would be surprised if you turned on one of these on the high mode and let it just sit up on a full charge, if it would stay charged and providing light for 2 hours. It's probably going to maybe run, I don't know, 45 minutes, and then it's going to be dead and ready to need to be recharged. And since you have to have a very specific voltage or current charger to charge it, you can't just, willy-nilly plug it into any power pack or charging port that you might have, while you're out in the field. So I guess that is my kind of quick unboxing review, whatever, of this Fjallbris multifunction induction headlamp. I would definitely say if it's something that you feel is going to meet your needs and you feel like this is worth $32 per light, give it a try. I just feel like what I was looking for it, it's just not right. I'd rather actually take that hand wavy induction thing, and I'd rather switch that to actually like a multi-function button. So you could just like, I'm not sure, like 2 clicks would give it like, 2 clicks would give it the high beam on the bright. 3 clicks would give it the low beam on the band. 4 clicks would give it high beam on the middle. So you could just click it, and then just have it have a memory set. I mean, which is kind of what you're doing, but the thing is if you don't want to telegraph where you're at, or you don't want to blind somebody because you're trying to get onto a different light set while you're doing something, it's just not that great. So I hope you found that review useful, and I guess if you are curious about these, I guess I will put a link to these in the description below if it's what you're looking for. But for me, it's not. So with that, thanks for watching. If you found this video at all informative or entertaining or anything like that, do consider giving it a like, giving it a comment, and subscribing. And if you do have any other suggestions for a headlamp that would do kind of what I'm looking for, go ahead and leave it in the comments in the description below. And until next time, take care of yourselves, everybody.